Taking our 3-note per string patterns, or any pattern for that matter, and not just playing them vertically, but horizontally on 1 string, 2 strings, as well as diagonally from the lowest note of the lowest string across the fretboard this way to the highest position, and then mixing all that up, you can create a lot of stuff. So starting on 1 string by just simply playing through the positions, so you got F, G, A, G, A, B, C, B, C, D, and so on. Thus creating a sequence where you play 3 steps up, 1 down, and then 3 steps up from there. Sounds like this. And back. This concept of 3 steps up, 1 down, you could also apply to the positions. So you can think of it like 1, 2, 3, and then 1 back, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and you get quite a bit more out of it. It sounds like this. And back. Something like that. You could also slide into each next position from the previous one. So if I play the first 3 notes here and then slide with my pinky into the next one, play the next 3 notes there and then slide again. Sounds like this. And then back you would slide with your index finger. So okay, another thing you could do is you could play 1 position, skip the next one, play the one after that, and then the one you skipped you play after that, and then again you skip 1. Okay, it sounds like this. Yeah. Sounds good backwards as well. It's the sort of thing you hear Yngwie Malmsteen do a lot. Okay, moving on to 2 strings, and you got a few choices here. You could either start with the lower string and then move it up. Or start with the higher string you could reverse the pattern and play descending in itself, but ascending horizontally up the fretboard. And again you can start on the higher string. Then you can mix it up by playing ascending on 1 string, descending on the next, or the other way around. And you could reverse that pattern, yeah, and so on. You could also play ascending in 1 position and descending in the next. That's quite useful. Okay, onto the diagonal approach. So starting on a lowest fretted note on the guitar, which is F, and then playing those 3 notes here, which is F, G, A, and then onto the next string and next position, which is C, D, and E. Okay, why is it C, D, E? Because you're omitting this note here. Yeah, so you play F, G, A, the next note in the scale would be B, but we're skipping that and instead because it belongs to this position. So we want the next one after that, which is C. Okay, so F, G, A, C, D, E. Okay, and again you skip a note, which is F, and move on to G, G, A, B, and you skip the C, move on to D, E, F, and then instead of playing G, you jump to A, and play A, B, C, and then instead of playing the D here, you jump to the E on the high E string 12th fret, and then F, G. Okay, so that's okay. You could then resolve it to A or carry on playing up the fretboard, combining it with other ideas. Okay, so nothing super fancy. It's just exploring all the different directions we have available, yeah, and then see if we can create some runs with them to connect more musical ideas with. Okay, so I could also turn this into a 2-string pattern by playing 2 strings in one position, so that's F, G, A, B, C, D, and then moving on to the next position, next 2 strings, and again I have F, G, A, B, C, D, and again F, G, A, B, C, D. So the same 6 notes through 3 octaves. Okay. So and sometimes this turns out to be completely symmetrical. So like in the next position or next few positions actually. So you have whole tone, and underneath on the A string also whole tone. So that, which makes it quite easy to play. Also try playing these legato like I just tried to do. In the next position you have whole tone, half tone, and underneath the same thing. In the position after that you have half tone, whole tone. Okay, you could also try and make it a bit more interesting again by, let's say, play a string twice. And I could resolve it to A here. Yeah. Another thing is you could play across the fretboard this way diagonally, so like starting on the higher string and then but in a lower register, and then playing it this way up. So you can come up with some more interesting ideas that way. Okay, and then just mix it all up.